Got to welcome everyone to another Tuesday night. Happy Tuesday evening, Tuesday night, wherever you might be locked on with us. It's Let's Chat. It's Guyane's Own Businesses. I'll be your host for the next 45 minutes to an hour. I'm Wazim, of course. And as you can see on screen, I do have a guest with me tonight. I'm going to be speaking to the owner of Savour Guyana, Anthony. Before I get him to introduce himself, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you on to the live tonight with us. And thank you again for tuning in and being part of this. And let's get right into it. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I'm traveling. I'm on the road, having internet issues at the hotel here. So Anthony, can you go ahead and introduce yourself to our viewers tonight while I share this on my page?
Sure. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Anthony Mansonhing. Um, my family comes from Guyana. I was born in Georgetown, and we moved to Canada when I was about 7 years old. And so we've been living in Northern Ontario and now in Southern Ontario, but we've been here ever since. So it's a pleasure to be with you tonight.
All right, thank you, and thank you for coming on, Anthony. And you said you're in Southern Ontario. You're based out in Windsor, correct?
I'm currently
Currently.
in Windsor. That's correct.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So we've been speaking to folks and business owners from all across Canada, the US. It's nice to have someone all the way out in Windsor tonight with us. And
Okay.
as the folks can see on your screen, your Savour Guyana. What inspired you to start Savour Guyana? And we're going to get into the details of what you do, what you offer, but what inspired you to get started with this business?
Well, a couple of years ago, about 5 years ago or so, I have had a brother of mine who died.
Oh, sorry to hear.
A long illness. He had
Okay.
lupus for a number of years, and he died very, very unexpectedly. But as a result of that time of, in the grieving work of working through that, I started to ask myself some questions about what do I really want in life? Where do I find joy? What's at the center of who I am, and how do I find life and joy in all of this? And the result of that was this. I wanted to cook. I found myself screaming out, I want to cook. And so through the trying through this and that and different things, it's been a journey for me of homecoming that started there and continues today. So I'm really happy to be here to share it with you.
And you said you wanted to cook, and we're happy to have you on. You wanted to cook. I guess you love cooking from a young age.
I do. I My
Okay.
earliest memories of cooking or being in a kitchen were with my mom or
Mm.
with my grandparents. One of my grandparents used to live on South Road in Georgetown,
Oh,
and they were
okay.
just down the street from the school where I was at St. John's Boys School. So Granny would come and pick me up for lunch and take me over to their place, and she would be frying the roti on the tawa and have the curry boiling in the pot. And the next
Yes.
thing you know, we'd have lunch together, and then I'd go back to school for the afternoon session. And so things like that, I have wonderful memories of my grandparents, of
That's
being in
awesome.
their kitchen and the smells and the learnings. And then, that's where my earliest memories of wonderful food are coming from. So,
And those memory will stick with you until the end.
of
That's
course, of
that's great to
course.
hear, and your grandmother in the kitchen and cooking. But we all, as Guyanese, as West Indians, we all dabble with pepper sauce. We make pepper sauce at home. We get some pepper, we
Mhm.
blend it up, and we make some homemade pepper sauce. In your case, you turned this into a business.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Well, like you said, all of us have, we grow our peppers sometimes and we make our pepper sauce. Similar to that, mom and dad have still today, dad puts the peppers outside in the backyard, and he's got plants growing everywhere. He's probably got them seeded already for this year and ready to
Oh,
go,
wow.
you know. I remember picking peppers from their yard for many years. And then, I myself started growing some peppers. And even now, because he's still growing them, I will go and help them to harvest, and we will make the pepper sauces together and so on. So I remember the first time Mummy sat with me or stood with me in the kitchen and showed me how to make the pepper sauce. And,
Oh, okay.
so we ground it all up, and then your eyes burning and everything else is whatever.
Yeah.
And so we had all the jars put aside for the year, and some you would give away and some you would keep, and so on and so on. So that's been part of who I am for a long, long time. So this, as I said, this whole adventure of starting this business has been about a homecoming for me. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
much bigger than pepper sauce, but it's about, going back
Mm-hmm.
to my roots and
Yes.
learning about how to make some of these wonderful dishes that I grew up with. And I still have more to learn and how to do it, but we're here and this is good. So I remember, the first time I tried to make the pepper sauce on my own. And, I picked up the phone and I called mommy and I said, okay, I have this, and this. The ingredients are all put out. What am I missing? How am I going to do
Yeah.
this? Am I going to miss something? So on and so on, right? And then, so I made up the batch. I had the peppers from Daddy. I
Yeah.
made up the peppers. I made up the sauce, bottled it, and put it aside. Took some for them to try. Yes, they passed the test, so all is well, that kind of thing.
Yes.
So that's where it started. And then friends would want to try the pepper sauce, right? And others
Yeah.
would, you know. So I would cook a meal for them and put the pepper sauce in the middle of the table and say, okay, so you want to try the pepper sauce? Here it is. But I have to warn you, like my mother will always say, treat this pepper sauce with great respect. You know,
Yes.
don't try to take too much or you're going to burn your mouth, right?
Yeah.
So it's teaching them how to use the pepper sauce, not so much to burn yourself, but to accent the food so that it
Oh,
actually
okay.
will highlight the food, right?
Yes.
Um,
We all need that little
so
kick with our food. Whether you're having curry, you having it
exactly,
with cook up rice, with fried rice, with chow mein, whatever. You need that little kick. We need a little into
that's right.
that.
That's right. Even now that the pepper sauces are bottled and ready to go, I still
Yes.
find myself teaching people,
Okay.
think
Okay.
of using pepper sauce with rice, with noodles in soup, or or chow mein or whatever. But
Yes.
whoever it is that's tasting the pepper sauce, they're going to take it to a different place. They're going to
Mm-hmm.
go wherever they want with it. And they're going to find ways to use it that I might never have thought about, which is a
Yeah.
wonderful thing because everybody uses it in different ways, right?
Yes, yes.
So
I got your pepper sauce. I ordered it on Amazon. We're going to get into
thank
that.
you.
So the folks out there could support you and support a fellow Guyanese,
Yeah,
hardworking
that's great.
Guyanese. I had it with first my wife made cook up. I had it, and then I'm fasting this month, so one night my daughter made grilled cheese sandwich. So I put your pepper sauce on it. So as you said,
Sure.
you put it on anything. I'm
Anything.
Guyanese.
That's
I
right.
put pepper sauce on anything and everything.
On anything. That's right. Well, thank you for your support. That's
Not
wonderful.
a problem. We'll keep supporting and keep sharing it and letting everyone out there know. Got to welcome the folks on and the folks that will be watching this. This is Let's Chat. It's Guyanese Own Businesses. We're speaking to the owner, Mr. Anthony, out of Savour, Guyana. He's located in Canada, all the way out in Windsor, Ontario. His product is available on Amazon, and we're gonna get into how you can follow him on social media and all that. But thanks, Anthony. And the name Savour. What's the story behind the name Savour Guyana?
So I was playing with names, even when I was starting up the business, and I wasn't quite sure what name to give to it. I was looking for
Yeah.
something that was short, something that would capture what was the whole thinking behind this homecoming. What was it all about? And for me, it was the flavors and the foods and so on. And I just happened to be in uh, where was it now? I want to say Guelph, but it wasn't Guelph. It was Stratford.
Oh, okay.
Um, and in Stratford, I saw a poster on a wall somewhere that said announcing or proclaiming a summer festival that they called Savour Stratford.
Oh,
And I
okay.
thought, I wonder,
Hmm.
Savour, Guyana might work,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that's where it was born. And then, a little while later, when it came time to think about the logo for this company and how would
Uh-huh.
we, start to do that, I had a very short conversation with another friend of mine, and I described to her what this was about, what I was thinking, where I wanted to, what kind of business I wanted to create, the name that I wanted, and the fact that lots of us Guyanese we will gather around the flag, no matter where we
Yes.
are in the world.
Yes.
As soon as we see this flag, it's so
Mm-hmm.
distinct that
Mm-hmm.
it gathers us together. I
Yes.
just
So
told
true.
her that, and then maybe a week later, she sent me designs for the logo. And here it
Oh,
is.
okay.
I didn't have to change it at all. It was perfect. She got the idea. She got the
Yeah.
inspiration. So it works, and it's
Interesting.
continued ever since. Yeah.
Interesting. And I know starting any business, starting any new venture, you must have had challenges. What are some of those challenges that you faced in the early days, and what did you do to overcome them, if you had any?
Confident. Oh, many, many,
Many, I can imagine. Yeah.
many. Oh, yeah. Confidence was probably one of the
Confidence.
first ones. You
Okay.
know, believing that this was a pepper sauce, that this was worth, bringing to market, that people would actually want to try it. Because I know that Guyanese make their own pepper sauce, because I know that people from other Caribbean islands make their own pepper sauce.
Hmm.
But why would I bring this pepper sauce to market? Why would I think that people would want it, right? And
Yes.
what I found was that a lot of the initial efforts were trying to help other people who are not Guyanese, who are not Caribbean, to try this and to show them
Hmm.
that it's not like there's a difference between hot sauce and pepper sauce, right? So
Yes. Yes.
there's been a long craze in the last number of years where people are just every kind of pepper sauce, every kind of hot sauce, it's about how hot it is, and you got to
Yeah.
make sure it's hotter than the last one.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it's about burning your mouth, or it's how much can you eat, how hot can you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And I find that even now, it's about teaching people that this is not about burning your mouth. This is about accenting the food. This is
Yeah.
trying this pepper sauce has to go along with
It has to
some wonderful
complement your
food.
meal, right? You don't want to
Exactly.
over
Yeah,
over put your pepper sauce and you overpower that flavor in the food. You just want to
yeah,
add, as you said, yeah, you
that's
complement the
right.
meal with the pepper sauce the right amount. Yeah.
Exactly. You can always add more if it isn't
Yeah.
enough, but you
Yes.
can't take it out, right? So,
Some Guyanese I know, I got friends like that. They want to eat pepper sauce until they're sweating
yeah.
and like you're not enjoying your meal. That you
But
can't get the
that's yeah,
flavors from the food that way. But I've had your pepper
yeah.
sauce. It's spot on. It does that. As I said, I've tried it with a few different meals. I'm on the road. I'm traveling, or else I would have had it with me right now on the show. That was the plan. I didn't walk with it.
Hey,
Yeah.
I travel to different places and I carry
Yes.
them with me, right? So yeah,
Okay.
it's all good. It's all
Yeah,
good.
and I know got to say good night to everyone that's on and joining us and will be. We're speaking to Mr. Anthony out of Savour, Guyana, pepper sauce business. You gotta check his pepper sauce out. You gotta order it on Amazon. It's available on Amazon worldwide. So, and that's another thing. That's one of my other questions I have for you. It's
Hmm.
why did you choose Amazon as your primary selling platform? Is there a reason behind that, or
Actually, it's about making it easier for customers to get the sauce
awesome? Yeah,
because
yeah,
when I first started to make it and bring it to market, I had
yes.
it available on our website
Uh-huh.
and it can still be ordered there. And
Mm,
so I had to learn at that point ship, how to ship this sauce
yeah.
to places, because it's one thing if you live locally and you can come and pick it up or you can find it in a store.
Yes.
But it's a whole different thing if you live somewhere else, right? I didn't want to have a brick and mortar place.
Hmm.
I actually tried a brick and mortar place for about 2 months,
Oh, really?
and now I have great respect for the people who open the door every day and set up the store and walk in there and want to know whether anybody will ever walk in the door and want what they have to offer, right?
Yes.
So I tried it for 2 months or a little bit, and I thought, you know what? This isn't where I want to be.
Hmm.
What I want to do is to make it available to as wide an audience as possible.
Yes.
So the easier way for people to get it in their hands is through Amazon. It's
Yeah.
be- it's it's less expensive for people who have Amazon Prime, for instance,
Yes.
to
Yes.
order it and have it delivered overnight or within 2 or 3 days, depending on where you live,
And
right?
I'm going to stop you there for a second. I ordered it. I'm living out in Oshawa. That's pretty much in the middle, that part in the middle of nowhere. I ordered it the
Yep.
day before I got it the following day. So that was really fast. It said
Yeah.
it's coming between these hours, and I said I'm fasting. I had to wait until I broke my fast and stuff to have it with
Right.
my
Right.
meal. And I think I messaged you a bit late. I was so busy. I've been traveling a lot lately. And it's like, hey, I gotta reach out to Anthony and
Yep.
let him know. I tried the pepper sauce. The kids
Oh,
tried it. I think we were on our second bottle. The finished one. My son is 18. He loves pepper sauce. So yeah,
wow.
he's already polished off a bottle, and we're into the second one now. I think so. When I get home,
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna continue that. So no, it's
Then
tasty.
he
It's the
left
what's that?
if he hasn't eaten it all for you.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. I'm away for a few days. I get back home for one day, and then I'm out another week. So yeah, I might need to put in a second order again on Amazon. But
Oh,
we're gonna get into all those details and how the viewers can reach out and order. And I'm very happy that you have it on Amazon. There's a more and more Guyanese products we're finding on there, which is convenient not only for easy, you don't have to go somewhere, but for the elderly, for someone that's living away from the West Indian stores
exactly.
and the
Yes,
Caribbean places that they can order it, like say Ottawa, somewhere that
of
it's
course.
not too familiar, popular stores around West Indian
Right.
stores.
Yeah,
But that's
exactly.
that's convenient. And so your pepper sauce, I've had it. So what would you say that sets it apart from other similar pepper sauces on the market?
Well, just that it's made to accent food, that it's
Mm,
not made to blow your mind. It's
it's
not
not
there to,
overwhelming. Yeah.
it's not overwhelming. It's there and it'll make the food taste better, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, if that people who know pepper sauce will understand what that means, like
Yes.
to accent it, to because once you eat food, like you have a chow mein,
Yeah.
it tastes great, but you put pepper sauce with it and after a while you can't have chow mein
With
without pepper
without
sauce,
pepper sauce. Yes.
right?
Yes.
Or cook up rice or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is that you like, right?
I had it with
So
grilled
it's
cheese
about
sandwich. I'm weird
perfect.
like that. My daughter makes fun of me because I put a lot of combinations together, and they end up liking it. So
There you go. Yeah.
I don't know. You're probably from a pot bake, POT bake, pot bake.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I love
yeah.
that. Since growing up, my mom would make it. My wife loves. She makes it for me. No one else really have it. But now I
Nice.
put pepper sauce in that too. I forgot one night, and I'm like,
Perfect.
let's put some pepper sauce in this. It's already got pepper and seasoning and stuff in it, and the pepper sauce went really well with it.
But you need a little bit more. Exactly.
Yeah, and
That's
now I
right.
can't have pot bake without pepper sauce. I can't have grilled cheese sandwich without pepper sauce.
See,
It
there you
sounds
go.
weird, but I love pepper sauce in it. But as you
That's
said,
it.
not too much, not to kill it. It's just
Yeah,
the right amount that you can enjoy your
that's right.
meal, enjoy that sandwich, enjoy whatever you're having with pepper
Right.
sauce.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, as you're saying, yeah, it makes it unique from, and we have a few viewers. We're gonna get into Amazon. So how can someone reach out to order your pepper sauce?
So that's very simple. The
Okay.
the pepper sauce is available on Amazon Canada and Amazon US. And actually, we're offering a special for the next week. If
Okay.
just if you go to Amazon Canada or Amazon US and look
Yes.
for Savour Guyana, you just click on the button and if you've got Amazon Prime, it'll be there within 24 hours. And
Yeah,
if not,
I
they'll
just
just say
searched Savour Guyana and it came up. So
that's right. Yeah.
it's very
Now, for
simple.
people who live in the States, we have to, you have to explain to them the word savor has a U in it because in the
Yes.
States they don't spell savor with a U. So
Yep, yep.
Savour, Guyana,
Okay. Good point.
Guyana.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work more. I do a lot of my job is more in the States than in Canada. So when I spell stuff, I gotta adapt. Just like you're
Right.
going to,
Yeah.
it's funny. You go into the washroom, they're like, "What?" Do you say restroom? Then everyone knows what you're doing.
That's right. That's right.
Right? So
That's right.
I got to
Yeah.
welcome as we continue our conversation. 32 minutes after six, well, after seven Eastern time, in Houston, Texas. So hopefully there's some Guyanese around here and some businesses we can reach out to. I'm here for another couple of days, and yeah, thanks, Anthony, for coming on. Everyone out in Guyana, thank you as always for supporting. Out in Canada, the US, out in Europe, I'll be talking to Anil and I will be co-hosting a show next week. I'll be in London and it's going to be with 11 p.m., 7 o'clock Toronto time. So we'll go on and we'll have a conversation again next Tuesday night. But tonight is
Nice.
all about Savour Guyana, getting to know the history of Savour Guyana, getting to know some stuff on Anthony here. Grew up in Guyana, came here about 7, 8 years old. Now residing in Windsor, Ontario. Started up the pepper sauce business, Savour Guyana, Savour for the Americans. That's would spell it Savour, Savor. Just let you guys know. Go on to Amazon, search Savour Guyana. You'll see the pepper sauce. You said you have a special this week, so guys, jump on that and support our own.
There
I
you
love to
go.
see that support. How is the support? Speaking of a support, how's that been?
It's been very, very good. People have been
Okay.
amazingly supportive right from the beginning. When I, started the company, some friends jumped right in.
Yes.
They've been very encouraging, very supportive. I've had, couple of them who have opened their arms and said, hey, you want to learn how to ship, we'll help you to ship. While you're making this stuff, while you're
Yes.
experimenting with, or you're thinking about possibilities, just send it to me. Don't worry about it. And I'll try it and I'll let you know what it's like. So, and
It's
in
great to
all
have
kinds
people
of
like that around.
wonderful. It's been such a
Yes.
gift, such a
Yes.
gift. And people that even hear about it now, I'll tell them about it. I'll explain to them how to use the food or what to look for, and then they go home and they order stuff and it
Yeah.
is sent to them. And I ask them, when you get it, I know what I would use the pepper sauce for, but
Hmm.
let it take you to where you would go. Put it on your
Yes.
grilled cheese, put it on whatever it
Yes.
is that you're
Yes.
making, right?
Uh-huh.
And even if it's the craziest thing you've ever thought of, try it. Take a picture of it, show it to me, let me know what you use it for.
Mm.
And the feedback has been amazing. Very, very good. People have been really, really supportive. So I'm really thankful for that.
I love to hear that, especially in our Guyanese community. And I've mentioned it numerous times on this show with different guests that we need to come together more. We need to work together more. It doesn't matter where we're living. Like I'm in Houston. I'm sure there are Guyanese out here in Houston. I know in Dallas, in Plano, there are a few Guyanese out there where I go often. Our head
Mhm,
office is there. But
mhm.
I'd love them to reach out to us. It doesn't matter where you are in Guyana. You could be sitting just like Tony having a conversation. We can post your information on the page. As I said, Guyanese owned businesses, it's free to post. I wouldn't
Yeah.
charge you a thing. It doesn't take me
Mhm.
much time to put up a post on social media and
Yeah.
have a conversation. As we do this, we try to do this weekly. And so far, knock on wood, everything's going well. We haven't missed any segments, and I appreciate the fellow Guyanese business owners and professionals supporting this, and also the folks out there that are supporting these businesses and professionals, the community. Please come
That's
on
right.
board and let's grow these businesses. Like Anthony, for example, is all the way out in Windsor, Ontario,
Yeah. Yeah.
and his product is available on Amazon. I know you have social media. We're going to get
Yeah.
into those links and how everyone can follow you and keep up with all the sales and any goodies
Sure.
that you have, and
Some
just to
some of
follow and
this.
support. Yeah.
Yeah. The stories of support have been amazing. Just before Christmas, when we launched the Canadian Amazon, um,
Yes.
pepper sauces. We got a request on the website from Anansa Davis, who is a Guyanese living in, I think it's New York State. She has a
Oh,
business
okay.
called Black Cake Magic. And
Oh, okay.
she heard about the pepper sauce. She ordered a set and it arrived. She did a video the day that it arrived. Like she took it immediately and
Opened,
opened it at
yeah.
her table on the video. It showed us what it looked like. She was so happy to see it and she couldn't wait to try it, you know. So there's, you know, she's been amazing. Ravi Prasad he's in
Brampton,
Brampton.
yes.
I walked into the store with my dad and I said to him and his wife, Davika, I've got this pepper sauce and I've had it for sale. Can I leave you a couple of bottles so you can try
Hmm.
it maybe on your shelf? He didn't blink an eye. They said,
Oh,
sure,
wow.
leave it with us. We'll take it. And so now the pepper sauces are available at Ravi's in Brampton as
On
well.
Bovaird Drive, guys. So that's
Right.
Ravi's West Indian store in Bovaird. So you
Yes.
do have it in store at Ravi's, and
Yes,
a lot of Guyanese living in the Greater Toronto area goes to Ravi a
that's
lot, so
right.
that they're familiar with the store. So that's good. That's good to hear it's there.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
yeah.
and as we welcome more and more folks on coming on the live, and we'll be viewing this after, it's Savour Guyana. We're speaking to Mr. Anthony and finding out about pepper sauce. So the main thing in pepper sauce, ingredients. Where do you source your ingredients for the pepper sauce?
In my
Locally
son's
or where?
well, a little bit of everything because
Okay.
it started in Daddy's backyard, and
Mm-hmm.
and me too.
Yeah.
But as we've grown, we needed more, and so on. So some of the ingredients come from the Caribbean. Some of
Okay.
them come from that are sourced locally as well. But we try to support as much as possible other Guyanese who are in business.
Mm-hmm.
We actually, when I first started looking into this, I think it was Daddy who had heard about an Amerindian group in Guyana who are growing weeries and
Oh, the Wiri
exporting.
peppers. Yeah.
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 So he did some research for me and contacted somebody down there. We were looking
Oh,
at the
okay.
possibility of maybe, could we look at them being like suppliers, right? And it turned out that last year, at whatever time it was, I can't remember. I think it was like after September or so. But they sent back a note and said that they had had a drought and all
Oh.
the wearies had died.
Uh-oh.
So they had to replant it and start again.
Yes.
So, who knows down the road, but we're looking at all kinds of different ways to, support other Guyanese who are in these ventures and
Yeah.
doing wonderful things, right? So if it works, we're happy to look at it. So
Okay, good to know. Good to know. And that's a lot of pepper to be to be putting down every year. I know the Canadian weather. Do you have a greenhouse or you just no
no, no,
greenhouse?
just growing it
It's
out
a
on the
lot of work.
backyard.
It's a
It
lot of
is.
work. And it
Yeah,
takes precision too with your timing, right? You got to know when to get it started
that's right.
for the
Yeah,
upcoming summer.
exactly.
So
That's
you said
right.
you've already planted some seeds already and
I think I
it's
think that he's already planted some, or if he hasn't, he's
okay.
going to very soon. So that's good. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And gotta welcome everyone. Mr. Satish War Prasad, good night. Sherry says pepper sauce goes with everything. Of course. I was just talking to
Mhm.
pepper sauce sherry on grilled cheese sandwich and
Oh yeah.
on everything. Sandra Prasad, Miss Akila, Ted Jaipal, Miss Lorraine, who else? Anil Sarwan I saw earlier, Ravi Singh, everyone, Azat Khan, Miss who else? DJ Angel. Good night to you, Miss Debbie Sanasi. And everyone else that will be watching this. Thank you as always for supporting Let's Chat.
Yeah.
41
Thank
minutes
you.
after the hour of 6 o'clock here.
Sure.
41 minutes after 7 Eastern time in the back home in beautiful Guyana. And you were talking about your pepper sauce. Do you
Mm.
offer different spice level or variations on your pepper sauce?
So right now we have three different variations. So we
Okay.
have the original pepper sauce, and then
Uh-huh.
there's also a garlic pepper sauce and a lime
Yes.
pepper sauce.
Okay.
They are very similar in taste and in
Mm-hmm.
heat, but they do have a little bit of a different flavor. It's
Yes.
like an accent in garlic or an
Hmm.
accent in lime. So whereas I might use the original sauce for a rice dish or a pilau or a cook up or something like that, I might
Yes.
also use, I've heard, others who say they use the garlic sauce when they do seafood dishes. They use the lime one for drinks. One person said they were going to put this in what was it, a Caesar, so when they make a
Yes.
Caesar,
A spicy
they use
Caesar.
exactly. So
Yes.
use a garlic pepper sauce in the spicy Caesar, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So the variations are endless, and we're always, pleasantly surprised to see where people go with it. And we're
Yeah.
always welcoming, pictures or stories about how people use it and go from there.
Yes.
Imagination is boundless, right? So
It
it's all
is.
good.
It is. And I have some comments in there. Yeah, Mr. Satish Warprasad of Adana Homes. Yes, sir. Good evening to you. Yeah, it's always nice to hear support from Guyanese community. And he said he personally have to thank the Guyanese community. Yes. So whatever all the business persons out there, the professionals, yeah, thank you to community for supporting and let's continue to support. We can do a lot more. We can have a better, a close knit community. And I mentioned this with Anil a few times and some others that I see in the other communities, not put in our community down. We're doing a good job. There's still room for
Mhm.
improvement and everything. And I do believe we can have this, we can support each other much better. It might
Definitely.
just a simple like on a Savour Guyana post on Facebook or Instagram or share it or
Yeah,
a comment or if you need something, just support by purchasing it instead of going
exactly.
out of our community. Support our Guyanese that have moved from Guyana and working our
That's right.
butts off
Yep.
in
Yep.
North America especially. And we all know how it
Absolutely.
is in business, right? One day it's good and the next day the pandemic hits or something comes along like for instance, I'm in the U.S. and we ship stuff back and forth for work, and the tariffs are in play now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
everything you have to adjust your business accordingly, and there's
Yep.
challenges you mentioned, and there's a lot of other
Mm-hmm.
challenges that's not shared with the public that you have to go through, and getting that support
Right.
from your own people and the feedback, like you said, with the woman upstate New
Yep.
York. And is there any other
Yep.
memorable feedback or customer feedback you've gotten?
Um, well, there's all kinds. Let
Yes.
me think. Um, well, I mean, even my family has tried this sauce, and to hear
Hmm.
them say, this is wonderful stuff. They didn't at first. They found it different to see it in these shake bottles
Yes.
because they're used to the other, like when you make it at home and you just put it down in the cellar kind of thing. But this
Uh-huh.
is done so that it's pourable. But,
Yes.
then even just to hear and to experience the support that's come from family
Hmm.
to go into, like I told them, it's available at Ravi's. Next thing I know, they're going to Ravi's and looking for it.
Yes.
Or can I please bring some with me when I'm coming the next time to visit, that kind
Hmm.
of stuff. So that's really encouraging to hear. It's also very encouraging to hear the way that this is helping me to connect to other Guyanese. It's a homecoming for me
Yes.
to be able to talk about pepper sauce and food, and because Guyanese will always talk about food, will always talk about pepper
Oh,
sauce, will
yes. Yes.
and it's like it's the glue that holds us together in some ways.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it, especially I think for not well, first of all, it's wonderful for people who are immigrants themselves, but it's also a wonderful way to say for somebody who's a second or third generation Guyanese living in the diaspora, no matter
Hmm.
where you are, if you want a taste of home, this is one way to get it, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
like we have this available now in Canada and in the States, and hopefully in the next little while we're looking at expanding to other places as well. Will we go to Britain? Will we go to other
Mm.
countries?
Yes.
So I'm not sure yet, but this is where we're looking. So,
I'm rooting for
even
you. I'm
even
rooting for you. I'm gonna support you. I hope that you can grow into Europe and other parts in the
Keep
world.
telling
So.
people about it. Yeah, dreaming big,
So funny
hopefully.
thing, I traveled to Europe a lot, and the hotels, the sugar packets. One of them, well, a couple of hotels in London, and one actually in Dublin. Demerara sugar,
There
brown
you go.
packet,
See?
all the way in
Yep.
that side of
Yeah,
the world. So that's good. So one day maybe I can
that's
go to a
good.
restaurant and have breakfast with Savour Guyana pepper sauce
Yeah, or
available.
maybe you'll have a travel size that you can carry with you and show them
Yes,
what it is,
yes.
you know?
No, but
Yeah, exactly.
that's awesome to hear. Got to welcome everyone again. 30 minutes before the hour. Really got to thank Anthony for spending some time with me. The sun is going down here. It's just about to get dark. 30 minutes before 7 out here in Texas, and it's pretty dark, I think, back home already, right? It's minutes to 8 already. So thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you for watching this program if you're going to be watching it after. And please remember, we're on YouTube, Guyanese Own Businesses. I'll upload the video and I'll have it on YouTube for you to watch. So please support the pages, support Savour Guyana. We're going to get into all of his links and everything else. I'm just keeping an eye on the chat at the bottom. So sorry, Anthony, I'm not home. So I'm trying to set
That's
up my
fine.
phone
That's
and
fine.
on a way I
Don't
can
worry.
see everything and don't miss anyone, any comments.
Sure.
So
Go for it.
what strategies have
That's
helped
okay.
you grow your brand and reach more customers?
Well, just not so long ago, somebody was saying that I think it was Sybil's in New
New
York,
York, yeah.
uh, Sybil's in Queens.
Mm-hmm.
Ken, the guy that owns the place,
Yes.
was he posted something on one of the channels, I can't remember, but he said when he started, he used to hand out flyers, go
Mm.
and hand out flyers to all the friends, neighbors, and
Yes.
so on, and tell them about what was happening and to get the word out. But using social media is so much more than that right now,
Yes.
doing this. And I'm so happy that you're doing it. Thank you for the work you're
No
doing.
worries. You're
It's
welcome.
been amazing. It's very supportive. But even this one and the many ways in which the social media will allow us to communicate with so many others
Mm-hmm.
and to spread the word, many more will hear about it and will happily, and like you say, if we keep trying to support others and keep supporting each other,
Yes.
then the word will get out, right?
And that's the
So
only way
it's
to
all
build
about,
up our community and build each other up, right? I like to celebrate the successes of others, and we need that more. And be happy,
yeah,
legitimately be
exactly.
happy, genuinely happy for someone that's doing good and businesses and all the businesses I've have had on in the past also. I'm happy for them and we keep supporting them. And some of them are getting some really good feedback that people are reaching out because of this segment, because of this
Yeah,
page, and they're supporting them. So that's the purpose of it. Once you get one, it's all word of mouth, right? And that's how it starts. You just need
exactly.
that one
Yeah,
connection and then you grow from there. And it's been
that's
awesome.
right.
You said
Exactly.
I was very pleased to hear that you're saying the support was really good, and I'm looking
Yep.
forward for it to be better in the future.
Well, this is how it happens,
Yeah, and
right?
speaking about the
Get the word
future,
out and share it
yeah,
with more people.
and that's it. And for the
Like
viewers, thank you guys as always. Yeah.
I have to tell you that even like another part of getting that word out was my family, some of my family went to Guyana
Uh-huh.
in the fall in 2024. And
Yeah.
when they were going, I asked one of my cousins, because I couldn't go with them, but I asked one of my cousins to take one of the bottles of pepper sauce with her
Uh-huh.
to give it to Delvin Adams at the Backyard Cafe
Backyard cafe. Yes.
because Delvin was amazing when he learned about the Savour Guyana pepper sauce.
Yes.
He was immediately saying, everybody go and check this guy out. He's working really hard.
Oh,
He's
nice.
building this business, and you got to support Guyanese and so on. So we had a bottle of pepper sauce and delivered to him at the Backyard Cafe, and he used it and loved it. And and thank you to Delvin for his support as well.
Yeah.
And
Thanks to Delvin. Yeah.
through him we learn about others, and we too can help others as well. I
Yeah.
want to order a Nancy Davis's black cake. I make black cake for the whole family at
Yes.
Christmas. That's another part of this business is the
Okay.
black cake at Christmas.
Hmm.
But I'm also looking forward to trying other, people, because
Yes.
everybody makes it a little bit different, right?
Of
So
course, yes, yes. Everyone puts that
you want
little
to try.
extra different thing in there, and it's the different. It might be the same black cake or the same, let's say, chow mein, but it's got the flavors in there, right? And everyone's
Exactly.
cooking is
That's
different,
right.
just like your pepper sauce. And my next question was going to be, I see a keel in there. It's along the same lines. Any plans to expand your product line, and where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? Savor Guyana brand.
Okay. Oh, wow. Well, hopefully that it grows and it becomes
Hmm.
wonderful. And I'd love to see this pepper sauce in restaurants and in people's homes, those, and even like in all kinds of different ways. I know it's a very competitive market, but what makes us unique is that it's not, it's used for flavor. It's not
Yes.
used for heat, but it's used for flavor. So
Mhm.
it's about teaching people how to appreciate food.
Yes.
So what do we do in terms of, where does that go and what happens there? We'll see. We have three flavors of pepper sauce now. We might look at some point about adding other flavors. We're looking at possibilities of some spice blends and or some other like marinades or things like this.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what the next steps will be, but these are things we're considering. So be on the lookout for Savor Guyana. The label will be the same. So look for the flag and look for the
Yeah.
logo. It'll be there. And if you get to be part of our mailing list, you'll be the first to know because we'll send it
Yes.
to you.
That's awesome. Good luck with that. Hopefully you come up, you decide what you're looking into and get it, and I'll support you. And I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of supporters out there that have tried your product and will want to try other products in the Savor Guyana line.
Sure. Line.
So,
Thank you very
and
much.
you've been doing this for a number of years. You had a passion for cooking growing up, and you kept up with it. It's become businesses on Amazon for folks. Search Savor, Savour Guyana on Amazon, and there's a special going on right now. If you go to Amazon for those Prime users, you can have it delivered if you're especially in Canada, I think, overnight. I had mine deliver overnight. Within 24 hours,
Mhm.
it was on my doorstep, and I got to commend you on the packaging. We opened it up
Thank
and
you.
it was amazing. We had a little flyer in there with the Guyana and the product and the flag and everything. My daughter has that in her room, by the way. And the
Very good.
packaging in the bottle was very presentable. So kudos
Thank you.
and congrats on that. That was well,
Thank you.
and I'm sure that's going to be well received by anyone ordering it.
It's good.
And
And we've
what
had
advice?
similar
Yeah, go
feedback.
ahead.
Similar feedback in the States as well. The deliveries
Okay.
are very efficient for the most part. They get them within a day or two.
Yes.
So, it's very, very good. So we're happy for that.
Good. And what you've been in business for a while. You've been doing this. You're still looking to expand your product line. What advice would you give to an upcoming an aspiring entrepreneur that's starting out a Guyanese business, a small business? What advice would you give them after going through? You've dealt with challenges. You've overcame them. We're sitting here today. You're still
Yeah,
growing. Obviously, there's still challenges in the way. But what advice would you
sure.
give to that person?
Well, a couple of things. First and foremost, if you have an idea and you want to make this into a business, go for it.
Hmm.
Take the time, learn how to do it well,
Yes.
believe in yourself, and
Hmm.
take the steps. Take one step and trust that the ground's going to be there when you put your foot down. Because a lot of times there will be a lot of people who will be naysayers, or they will
Yes.
express all the doubts and they'll say, "Why are you doing this?"
Yes.
But if you believe in what you're doing, don't let anybody
Go
stop you
for
from
it.
dreaming.
As I agree with you. Take your time, plan it, and do it. Just don't go in it 50%. Go in it 100%. Planning is very important, and I'm happy that you touched on that. Taking your
Yeah,
time, planning it, and seeing it through. So
that's right.
great
Yeah,
advice. Great
and
advice
then
first. Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be my advice for anyone. Just go for it, but do it carefully
Hmm.
and well, you know? So,
Yes.
yeah.
Miss Pav is out in Windsor, Ontario also. She's on the check-in. She's watching Pav Sukunand, a real estate
Hello,
agent
Miss
out
Pat.
there. I don't know. Do you know Pav?
I don't know, but I'd be
Okay.
happy to meet her. No
Yes,
problem.
Pav. So we have two Guyanese
Okay,
business persons and professionals out in Windsor, Ontario. So,
sure.
Pav, you just joined.
Yes,
So, yeah, good evening to you, Pav. Anthony's out in Windsor with the brand Savour Guyana. We heard about his various blend of pepper sauce that's offered, the original garlic and lime. He's looking into expanding his product line. So keep following Savour Guyana. And Anthony, this is the time. We're coming up to 2 minutes before 8. It's
sure.
getting dark here, and we're going to go a little bit after 8, if you don't mind. I got to
Sure.
break my fast, and I got to head down for company dinner. As I mentioned,
Okay.
I got suckered into hosting it tonight, so I have to be there in
They're
a little
waiting
bit.
for you.
They're waiting for
Good.
me. I was trying to get away and hide, and I got pulled in, and I have a person that can't
There
say
you
no.
go.
I'm like, okay, I'll do it. But speaking about following you and keeping up with everything, do you mind going
Sure.
listing off your social media handles and how to get in touch with you, and again, how to order the product?
Sure. Okay.
Awesome.
So you can find us on our website at www.savorguyana.com. You can also find us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Um, just at sign Savor Guyana
Hmm.
will get you to those in all of those media platforms. And we're constantly updating them, so we're happy to go from there. You can order the pepper sauces on Amazon in the States right now and in Canada. So whether it's Amazon.com or Amazon.ca, search for Savour Guyana, Savour Guyana, Guyana, and it'll pop up right away. And if you order through them, the delivery will happen within a day or two. And thank you for your support. We're also, I believe we can also order them on the website, but I know that we wanted to make it easier for people to do
Yes.
that because we found that the shipping sometimes was quite a lot depending on where we were shipping it if we did it on the
Okay.
website. So sometimes that's not,
Hmm.
as easy for people. So we wanted to make it as easy as possible for people to do that. So that's why we went with YouTube with
Amazon. Amazon.
Amazon.
Is there,
So
sorry, I visited a website, I've scrolled through it, I've been on there, but is there a link? I can't recall. Is there a link directly to your Amazon page, the order from the
there
website?
is, yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay,
yes.
perfect.
So on the website, you can go to Amazon. We're also looking at other distribution channels as well. So watch that for possibilities of things to come as well
Awesome.
in the future.
We'll be keeping a close eye on Savor Guyana. Sounds like some big things in the horizon. And I'm
Yes.
wishing you all the best with the future plans and your product lines. And yeah, just let me know. I'll share it on the page. We'll follow the Savor Guyana pages and everything on social media, your website. And if I miss something, just feel free to reach out and I can share it on the Guyanese own business page for you.
Will do. Thank you again for your support. Thanks
Not a
everyone
problem.
for being here today. We're happy to be with you. It's great.
Yeah, thank you, Anthony. As I said, it's 1 minute after the 8 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks again. We'll do this again, everyone that come on. I said we're gonna touch base again, see how it's going when you're ready to launch some new products. Let me know. I'll have you on here. We'll discuss it, and we'll
Sounds good.
let the viewers in the community know more about it.
Looking forward to it. It's
And one
great
thing before
stuff.
you go, Ravi's West Indian Store. It's also available at Ravi's West Indian Store in Brampton. Correct?
Yes.
Sorry
Yes,
if I
correct.
missed that just now again.
That's right.
So
It is
just want to.
available at Ravi's.
Okay.
And, looking forward possibly to connecting with Sybils in New York. And, because the Sybils in New York is related to Norman Sue in the GTA as
Yes,
well,
yes,
right?
yes.
And I thank you for the the episode you did with Sue Brothers as well. So that was really
Oh,
good.
okay, okay.
I know that my family has been, you know, frequenting there for many years.
Yes.
There are a number of Guyanese businesses that we've gotten to know, and you know, and we still will support them. So that's a couple of them that we have known, and some that we will hopefully know in the next little while.
Yes.
I'm really, you know, hoping to get to know them as well. So always looking to find other Guyanese who are, you know, making their way and
Mm-hmm.
offering their talents, and
Yes.
happy to support them. So it's really good. I'm
Oh, I
glad
love
for
that. I
that.
love that. Community, having a sense of community, especially in this part of the world. We're away from Guyana. We grew up there. We didn't have all the opportunities at times, and now we're here. And with social media, as you said, you share something, all the support you have eyes on it. We need a like on there, and the more like and interaction you get on that will build your business,
Right.
right? And it's
Yes.
this program is geared to every business, but I love to highlight the smaller businesses, the up and coming
Right.
businesses, the professionals that are out there. Like we had real estate agents, we have mechanics and stuff. I'll have on car rental owner out in Florida, right?
Hmm.
Akila from the
Hmm.
travel service, travel agent, 42 years of experience. There's nothing that she
Wow.
hasn't seen or done,
That's right.
and
That's right.
right. So just
Exactly.
like yourself, you've been making pepper sauce. You've been in the kitchen growing up with your grandmother back in Guyana, over here, and
Yep.
you've
Yeah.
turned your passion into a career and to business, and it's growing. So I'm
Yes.
happy to see that, and I'm happy to see
Thank
the future with the product lines. And I'll be here to support you
you.
100%.
Thank you very much. It's
All right.
wonderful.
Thank you again,
Good.
Anthony. Any last words for the viewers before we say bye for now?
Just a word of thanks for your support, and you know, just an encouragement to continue to support as much as you can, because this is a story for me of homecoming. This
Hmm.
is a story of, you know, a love that has been passed on, and now it's, you know, a gift that I have to share with others, and I'm happy to do that. And it's really, you know, a gift for me to teach others about where is Guyana, who are Guyanese, what are we all about, how do we gather, what's special to us, you know, and
Yeah.
all of this is part of who we are, you know. Guyanese will
Yes.
always welcome you to their table. Guyanese will always find a way to, you know, to feed you, to give you
Yes.
whatever it is that you need, right? And we need to do that more and more, not only with other Guyanese who are in other parts of all over the world, but with anybody who comes to us. So thank you for, you know, the support that you've already given, and you know, I'll hope to repay it in many different ways as well.
Well said. Well
Thanks
said.
again for tonight.
No,
Yeah, no problem.
thank you, Anthony, and hopefully you have a great night with the family. And for
Thank
the
you.
viewers as well, wishing you guys a great night. I gotta run. I gotta break my fast. The sun is coming down. I got a few minutes, and then I have to get down to my work duty again. And
There you
that's
go.
why I ran up. Sorry, I seem a bit overdressed for it, but I just came up from the conference and I have to head back down for the dinner stuff. But yeah, thank you for your time, Anthony. We'll touch base. We'll talk again. I'll have you on the show again. We'll discuss in the future some of your
Do.
product lines that you're going to
Yeah,
be launching, and we'll highlight those. So thank you everyone for watching this video.
looking
You guys
forward
have a
to it.
pleasant night, and until next week, same time, I'll be in, as I said, I'll be in Europe. I'll be talking to Anil. We'll co-host, we'll have a show, we'll discuss it. It's going to be general, so everyone, I encourage everyone to join it and comment in the in the comment section. Drop a comment in there so we can have a conversation back and forth. And I'm also planning, Anthony, and for others that are on, I see Miss Lolita is on there. Thank you, Lolita, for your time last week. I'm also planning on having a few guests come back together in one, like a sit down, maybe five or six of us, and we just discuss ideas and maybe something that will stick that someone is doing and you're not doing. We can help each other out
Right.
that way, right? A round table on Guyanese
Sure.
own businesses, and hopefully we'll get that
Yeah.
done sometime in a few sessions from now. But that's my goal, and I'm gonna see how best I can accommodate how we can do it. And once everyone timing is good, we'll set that up. All
Sounds
right.
good.
Thanks again,
All right.
Anthony. Have yourself a
Thank
great
you
night,
again.
and take care. Thanks for your time. And everyone else, please do join me next week, same time. As I said, I'll be co-hosting with Anil Sarwan from the Great Canadian Oil Change in Scarborough. We'll have about an hour conversation next week. Fasting is done this week, so if I don't speak to my Muslim brothers and sisters out there, Eid Mubarak. Happy Eid. Hopefully your fasting month was good. Mine was busy. I traveled and spent more time out of Canada than anything this month, so it was a bit challenging. But these conversations help me towards when I'm breaking fast, so I'm nice and relaxed again after a long day at work. All right,
Happy
guys, take
Eid.
care. Yeah, thank you, Anthony, and take care, guys. God willing, we'll be back here next week, same time. Goodbye for now.
Okay.